So here we are, this is the final in the 8-ball world, and this is double Scotch double, sorry. And it's DJ Redo Hustling Howie playing Wit in River City in a race to 7, and this is the final. So we've got DJ Redo and his partner on the stripes, and Wit and River City on the solids. And DJ Redo and his partner Hustling Howie got off to a 2-0 lead, and Wit and River City's just managed to cut it back by 1. Just give them a warning. Who knows, they might want to watch it themselves. So, remember as well, if you look at the top of the screen, top left, you'll see that it's being it's Scotch doubles. That means that one player in the partnership plays a shot, then it changes to his partner, and so on and so forth. Now it goes back to DJ Redo, and he has to pot the final ball here, and it has to be called. In fact, I think, now again, 8-ball confuses me because there's that many different versions of it. One of them's, I think this is called shot anyway. Somebody will put me right, but I'm pretty certain it's called shot. You have to call the ball in the pocket. So, Hustling Howie and DJ Redo go into a 3-1 lead. And a few balls went down there. Don't tell me, I think the cue ball's gone again. Yep. Scratching the break, and one of the balls that went down was the 8-ball, and of course it comes back up. So Wit's getting ball in hand behind the head string, and the table's still open, which means of course that no team has nominated a ball set yet. And it looks as if Wit's lining up for a stripe here. And those 3 stripes sitting there are actually perfect into that pocket. The problem is the block, so he's went for a spots. And I think his partner can get through to that 6-ball. Might just be able to squeeze it. I don't think, no. The more I look at it, the more it doesn't look on. He would have to jump over the 11-ball to get to it, I think. That's well played. Not only that, the cue balls can back up the table, and that's given Wit a choice of a couple of balls here. 7 of the 4. Now he's let the cue ball run a bit there, and well, he's got his partner on a shot. I mean, it's not dead easy, but it's a thin cut into that top left. I think River City's put inside English in this to check it. He needs to watch. He's controlled it well. And that 1 ball's in the open, but only in the open into that real left corner pocket. And the other problem, I think, is the 2-ball, of course, because it won't go past that 15-ball. So there's work to be done here. But they'll need another go at it because Wit's missed the 4. That's given Hustling Howie and his partner a chance to tidy up some of this mess here. But again, they've got their work cut out as well. A couple of their balls are tied up. Now, I didn't know, but I wasn't necessarily paying a great deal of attention here. I'm assuming that he called that. Maybe not. Well, that was a very thin cut. I think if he'd hit that harder, he might have got it. But again, there's not a lot of damage done here because there's still balls tied up for Hustling Howie and DJ Redo. They're not going to run this rack out. Now, well, I don't know, but there looked like a chance here with this 9 ball. If he drew back with Botman left-hand English, he might be able to spin the cue ball over towards those 2 balls. It's asking a lot, but he's decided to play a sort of semi-safe shot here. Although he's left wit with a hit here on the 2 ball. And he looks as if he's going to play a bank onto the 1, so he's calling the 1 ball. And he's going to try and play the 2 ball onto it. Well, that was a good effort. But once again though, the 2 balls tied up one of his opponents. So this rack's very finely in the balance here. It's all going to boil down to those 2 balls up the table there. At the 14 that's there, is it the 15? No, tell a lie, it's none of them, it's the 12. Well, that's changed it now. Because what you didn't want to do is nudge into those balls. But once again, though, River City is going to have to pull out a good one. Now, that possibly could have been a disaster if it wasn't for that 1 ball over the corner pocket up there. That's the only saving grace for Witt and his partner here. Okay then, you're trailing 3 racks to 1, and Witt's got to get this 4 ball into the middle. If he does, they'll get a strong chance of running out. So in it goes, and River City just needs to basically stop the cue ball where the 2 is, or just draw it back a fraction. Well, he's went for something hilarious here. He's got away with it. He didn't need to do that, but that makes it simpler for Witt just to drop the 1 in, and a simple roll on the 8 will get them somewhat back into the match. So now trailing by 3 racks to 2. And Witt to break off. Let's see if we can break off without scratching I've scratched a couple of breaks in this final. A solid break, but guess where the cue ball's gone? The cue ball's scratched again. I mean, that's the thing about the break shot. You've got to control the cue ball, and they're letting the cue ball run. And there's 6 opportunities on the break where the cue ball's going to end up in a hole. So DJ Redo has committed to the solids. And a little combo here on the 1 ball. Now that's ended up a bit of a problem. Now ideally, he probably just wants to edge off that 4 ball. Just play a safe. That's the shot. I don't know why he's looking up the table, but the soft shot off the edge of that 4 bring the... Well, I think he still covered it, but that 15 ball will cut back into the top left as we look, and the cue ball's running down to the bottom of the table here. But what he's done there is he's tied up his 2 balls that he needs, which doesn't help the situation. Probably been better if he'd played my suggestion. Well, now Hustling Howie, DJ Redo's partner's going to have a fairly straight shot in the 2 down into this bottom corner here. Or he looks as if he's lining up the 6 instead. Now if he runs through onto the 8, he can hold for the 2 doing it that way. Well, he's missed the 6, and that's not good. Now again with this shot there's an angle. If River City pots the 12, or is it the 10? It's difficult to see from a distance. It's the 10 ball. If he pots the 10, he can rest onto that 14 ball to the left of it and hold for the 12, which is that one. That shot looks on. And he can get a clean hit at it as well. Well, he's missed the 14, which has let the cue ball run through a bit further, but it's still a shot here. But of course, if you look at the top right, the 4 and the 7 are tied up and they're blocking that pocket for the 15. And they've also got the 9 ball up at the top end of the table as well, just to the left of the 3 ball. Now that just needs to stop there and they can get the 3. Let's have a look. Yep, can get the 3 ball. That takes one of the awkward balls out the way. I wouldn't be taking the 14 at this stage. Unless he can get the cue ball back over to where he is now I'd be taking the 9. River City's hit that too hard. He actually played it. He played it well to get the cue ball over there, but I don't think Wick can see this. Oh, he can. He can see an edge. Let's have a look for this end. Oh, he can pot that, no problem. Now, where's the cue ball going to end up? He's overcut it. Well, it'll be interesting to see if DJ Redo and Hustling how he can get as far as the 4 and the 7 ball. Well, that actually might have helped the situation slightly. They can play a combo there. Yeah. And that's really going to open up this rack. Now the 3 passes the 4, I think. Yeah, it's a wee squeeze, but it does go. Can you see enough of that 4 to take it? Well, he can pot the 4 as well directly. That's actually more beneficial doing that. I think the simpler shot would be to take the 2, because there's lots of room to get to the 3, and as long as he plays this nice pace, and he's played it well, to hold the 2. Now there's 2 ways of doing this. He can either just draw back off the 2 or, you know, stun it just below the equator, and he'd be taking the 8 ball into the same pocket. Now he might be running into the 8. No, he's avoided it. So it's worked out okay. And this is Hustling Howie's chance to open up that 2 rack gap again. And in goes the 8. And his partner DJ Redo breaking off in rack number 7. Remember, it's a race to 7. Well, the good thing now is a ball has gone down. And it's a stripe, and the cue ball stayed on the table. But again, although a ball's gone down on the break, the table is still open until either team pots a ball, and then they'll have nominated their set of balls to clear for the rack. Down at the bottom of the table here, at the end we're looking from, the 5 ball goes no problem. So the pattern would be 3 ball, 1 ball, 5 ball, and then that 7 ball into the left middle. Well, that's a poor one. that wasn't the best of shots. Now let's have a look and see. Well, there's no combination shot here with these two balls, and that 10 ball would have to be taken first into this pocket, but of course the 3's blocking that. So again, it's not an easy out here for any team. Oh, he's left it hanging. Well, at least it blocks the pocket. Well, DJ Redo is going to try and use his ball to pot the 15 and follow in with the 1, and he played that one well. But he's left Hustling Howie a shot in this 3, and that gets rid of that one. Of course, that now opens that pocket. Now the 8 ball doesn't go past the 10, so once again in this rack, River City and Witt are relying on that remaining the situation for the time being, because they've got work to do here, and they're trying to prevent going further behind. They need to really win this rack. And River City has gone all out for the pot, but he's missed and he's opened up the 8 ball, so that now means that Hustling Howie and DJ Redo have an open table here, and this should be a fairly simple out. Just drop that 7 ball in and let the cue ball go to the rail on the left hand side, and that'll leave Hustling Howie with a simple enough 8 ball. And there we go. So just needs to sink this one. And that was not a good move, that last shot there, splitting those balls, because it's an open invitation and they've taken it. And so Hustling Howie and DJ Redo are now leading by 5 racks to 2, and something needs to happen here for Witt and River City to hang on in this match. Right, so we've got DJ Redo and Hustling Howie on the solids, River City and Witt on the stripes. But more importantly, River City and Witt, I've got a 3 rack deficit to do some work on. Again, we've got blocking balls in this rack. River City can try and nudge in behind that 5, which he's done. So he's gained control of that pocket. And this is all part of the strategy of 8 ball. And Witt will probably try and bank that over to the other one. Well, he's cleared the pocket. That tells me that the rules in this version, which I'm not necessarily that familiar with, he played off his own ball and can into his opponent's ball, potted it, and it still turned out to be a legal shot. I think he can get to the 6. Yeah, he can get it. I think he can just squeeze past that, no problem. And he's run a bit too far there. Would have been handy if he could get through the gap to get that 5. But he can cut the 4, that'll do it. Well, this time Hustling Howie can't get to the 5, but he can certainly pot the 1 and get the cue ball over to the right hand side for that 2 ball. He needs a little bit of left hand English as he looks at it. Now, how's his luck here? I think he's okay. Nudges the 14, but no damage done. Where's the cue ball going? That's okay. Needs to bounce though. Well, that 5, let's have a look from here. Well, that 5 I think will go, but it is very, very thin. Extremely thin. And that was well played. And that nudge on the 13 has come in very handy indeed, because that's held the cue ball for the 8. Well, in goes the 8, and I'm afraid River City and Witt are now staring down the barrel of a gun. Hustling Howie and DJ Redo up by 6 racks to 2. They're on the hill. Just need 1 more, and they've got the break. Now, don't tell me the cue ball's gone again. It looks as if it has. He scratched again. That's about 4, at least 4 scratches in the break in this final, and that's all down to poor cue ball control. It's as simple as that. With a 15 ball rack, it should be fairly easy to avoid an in-off if you control the cue ball in the break. And these guys are just letting the cue ball run, and you know, it's just going to end up going anywhere. So River City, the first one to commit. And he's left his partner on the solids, and he's in a pretty ugly place right here. He's not really got anything on other than a go at this 3, and that's going to be pushed up the table here, maybe trying to nudge it against the 7 and the 5, so he's obviously going to have to call the 5 ball if he's maybe contemplating that shot. It looks like it. So this will be an elaborate combination shot if he can line it up. Well, he's blocked the pocket there. These balls are all loose. But looking at DJ Rudu's position here, playing on the stripes, again, there's work to be done because the two balls blocking that 13 ball of theirs, the orange stripe ball on the right hand side into that corner pocket. Now that was a well played shot. Banked onto his stripe ball and pots it. Now is he going for the cut on the 12? Is it the 12 or the 10? Well, that was a 12. That would cut in as well. I think he's playing this one into the middle. It's a tight fit, that one. He can get that in. And he gets it. And now it's beginning to take shape. Now he could pot the 9 and nudge into that 13. That would be handy. Well, he's done the second part of the job, but missed a 9 ball. But the 9 ball's acting as a lifeline there. So all the pressure's on River City and Witt. They're at the point of no return. So they've cleared the pocket. There's no foul given it. All that happens is the turn changes back to your opponents. And Hustling Howie might be wise to just try and clear as many balls as they can here. So somebody's going to have to commit at some point with that 2 ball up in the top right. It just depends how Witt and River City go about their business, because they can't afford to make any more mistakes. It's all over. So DJ Rudu nudges off the 15 ball and clears the blocking ball there. So that's given a chance for Witt. And really what it's doing is it's forcing their hand, because, you know, Hustling Howie and DJ Rudu know that they're in command. They've got the lead. They've got a 4-rack lead. They've opened up the table and they're now forcing Witt and River City to run out. And of course the problem is that 14 ball on the left is an issue. It's blocking the pocket in the bottom left. Although there is other ways of getting behind the 4 to take it up the table. But they haven't got to that stage yet. And that's not a bad effort. He tried to nudge in behind the 7 and the 5 there. Don't know whether that's done good or bad there. It's cleared the 3 away from the middle pocket. Well, the 13 does go, but you've got to be in a certain position in the table to be able to pot that into the middle. That was a clever wee shot there. DJ Rudu pots one of his opponent's balls, but ties up the 2 balls on the rail. So although it's handed over control of the table here, well, again, that could be crucial. because that's freed up the 13. So now it's definitely potable up and down the rail. So Hustling Howie and his partner. Now if he nudges that, oh, that was unlucky. That was very unlucky. A nice little kiss on that 14 could have freed it up there. Well, it's freed up now. Now in the same situation again as we were earlier in the rack. The table's wide open. That 6 ball goes past the 15 at the top of the table. And River City and Wit have to clear up. He's overcut it. And that might be their last shot in this tournament. Hustling Howie comes to the table. And just the 2 balls to pot, and this looks fairly straightforward. Just a little drawback off the 14. And that's perfect. And so Hustling Howie staring at a 8 ball more or less straight into the left hand corner, and he's got this to seal the deal. Oh dear. Well, River City was congratulating his opponents on the win, and well, they've got to make the most of this. They won't get a better chance to stay in the match. Now that's a perfect angle. This just needs to be a plain ball. Cut the 6 in. The cue ball's naturally going to go up the table. You don't need to put anything in the cue ball. Just get the cue ball up to the halfway line here in the middle pockets, and he's got a cut down the rail. Now he doesn't want to nudge it. Well, he's nudged it and he's got away with it. So River City, who'd more or less conceded the match a minute ago, has now got a pot to leave his partner on the 8. And Wit just needs to tuck this 8 ball away, and we've still got a match on. So, River City and Wit still trailing by 3, but as I say, TJ Redo and Hustling Howie, they only need the 1 rack. Now, matches change in the turn of a hat, or turn of a coin, if that's the word to use. Luck can change. You never know. Anything can happen. So we've got an open table, a dry break. So DJ Rudu commits himself, and we've got the set of balls are chosen. They're on the stripes, and that leaves Wit and River City in the solids. What sort of shots Hustling Howie got here? Well, he can cut the 15 down this left hand rail into the bottom left pocket as we're looking. Or is he going to go for some sort of elaborate jump shot again here? What's he doing? Looks as if he's calling the jump more or less into the middle, but again, that's a bit ambitious. Well, he gets it. And his partner's, well, he's certainly got a more straightforward shot in that 15 from there. Again, he just needs to get the cue ball out into the table. probably the next ball favourite would be the 9 ball on the right hand side. Now with the 9 ball, he could go forward with a little bit of right hand English to check the cue ball up, and that would bring the cue ball off the top rail and back up the right hand side for the 10 ball into this bottom left hand corner. I think he's hit it a wee bit too hard, but it's going hard enough. It's gone past the 10, leaves it on into the middle, and now it's getting down to the wire here, because this is where the problem lies. The 4 ball's the blocker, the 12 ball can't go past that. And now Hustling Howie comes to the table and he's got no shot. You can't see the 11 ball, and you can't see the 12, so it looks like a kick. And again, in these situations with a kick shot, well, he's nominated a pocket. Very unlikely it's going to go in there, but at the same time, the table's more or less going to be open. I'd be trying to hit the 11 here, because you would leave that 4 ball there as a safety net, because when he plays this shot, he's bound to open up the table there, and that's going to leave it an open invitation now. Well, Witt and River City, if they take their time, look at the table, look at the balls, everything's on, and there's really no excuse. Well, I chose to run into the 7. I would have chose to play that, a little soft stun draw shot there to avoid any collisions, because things can go wrong when you're colliding with balls. You don't want to be colliding with balls if you don't need to. The only time you should be colliding with balls if you really need to move a ball. You should be playing your way around them, taking out any opportunities for things going wrong, because in this game, like all pool and billiard games, if there's something can go wrong, it will go wrong. And now River City's under pressure. He's either got an awkward cut in the 1 ball, or a nasty cut on the right hand rail here, or the right hand side, sorry. But in it goes, and the cue ball's falling short. And Witt now is going to have to pull out a good one. Again, there's no shot clock in this tournament, so he needs to take his time and decide what he's going to do here. The cut is the shot to play. He has to go all out for it. The cue ball's going to run around the table, but you're at the point where you just have to go for it. No other options on here. Well, he's made up his mind. He's calling the bank. And that's a great shot. That's an excellent shot. Well done under pressure. And River City's got to follow that up. He's got to just tuck this 8 ball away here. It's not a difficult shot. And in it goes. So River City and Wit have clawed another one back. They're still trailing by 2. And they've got the break. Now again, don't let the cue ball run. You need to put a bit of stop in this cue ball to stop it going round into pockets here. He's not listening. So he's came up dry. Cue ball's on the bed of the table. And again, the table is messy. There's a few problems there. Well, one main problem on the right hand side. That's opened up the 3 and the 6. Didgeridoo has made up his mind. They've chosen the solids, and he's left his partner on the 3. That was a bad one. Well, are Hustling Howie and Didgeridoo feeling the pressure now? Because that was a poor miss. But they've not left a great deal on. There is the cut in the 13 into the right middle. And he doesn't want to hit this hard. He just wants to hit this a softish medium pace. The cue ball doesn't need to run up and down the table 4 times. Well, he's missed the cut. And this has left Didgeridoo and Hustling Howie to eat into these balls that are on the table here and clear up a few of them. Now with this 3 ball he could nudge into where the 2 and the 4 is. Well, he's played a draw shot for no reason. Okay, they've still got a shot in the ball, but I don't think that's exactly what they played. But Wit can't see the 2. He can cut the 1. He could pot the 5 and come out for the 6 into the left hand middle. And he's missed the 1. So these are important opportunities, and they're not taking them, and they're not going to get many more. I think Wit could have played that better. He could have rolled right through to the top rail there and left his partner on the 13. As it is, he's left him in what I call no man's land. Neither here nor there. Well, I can see it. I didn't think he could see that 14. He can just see enough of it, can he? Well, look at that. I don't think he needed to play the jump. Did he actually look close at that? From where I saw it, it looked as if he could get to it. He made the jump, but of course at that distance he's close to the right hand rail when the cue ball makes contact with the object ball, and it's bouncing all over the place. And again, we've got Didgeridoo, Hustling Howie, ball in hand, and a chance here to get rid of the problem balls. And in goes the 4, the 2 balls open. They've got a shot in the 6. Can stop the cue ball, leave his partner on the 5, or even just run through a little bit and leave him a cut in the 2, either or. But again, you would say Hustling Howie and DJ are odds-on favourites now. Well, that's given Didgeridoo a straight choice. He only has a choice of the 2, but it's important now how he gets over to this 5. And this is a pace shot. You play the cut, the cue ball could come across for the 1, although he seems intent on playing the 1 for some reason. I wouldn't have played that shot. I would have taken the 2. The cue ball was naturally going to come across for the 1 into that same pocket. And that's a chance gone. So River City and Witt are in with another opportunity here, but they've got problems, and the problem might be right now, because I think that is, well, that's got an angle. If he stuns it in, he could stun too far and actually leave his partner on that 15 ball. Actual fact, if he hits this solid and firm, he's bound to be on the 13 in the top rail, but if he hits it too hard, he'll leave River City on the 15. He looks as if he's playing, is he playing a lot of draw in this? Well, he's now looking as if he's going to try and roll through. And he's missed it, and he ended up nowhere anyway. Well, that's, again, they've had two good, strong chances to try and get another one back here, and they've thrown them both away. And now it's an open table. Now there's a great little angle there. Again, a little bit of top and right, and you don't need to be too hard. I think the worst that can happen here is he's going to nudge over towards the 15, and that's the only thing that could block the shot. But he's going to take the 2 first. Can he see it? Yes, he can. Oh dear. Well, he did get sort of on the 5. Not for a comfortable shot though, but again, it's back to River City and Witt. What do they do? I'd be trying to bank the 15 over to that other corner where their 2 remaining balls are, and trying to create a bit of a mess there and protect that pocket from the 5 ball. But he's playing the bank into the left middle, and it has to go, you feel. And that's well played. How's the luck though? He needs to get away from that 8 ball. That's not bad. Now, I think if he cuts this, I think he's going to chip the 13 ball. He might put a bit of bottom on it and try and draw into that 13 and do something with it, because where it is now isn't very helpful. Now again, at this stage in the game, you just need a bit of luck, and it hasn't worked out for him. And we know now that if he pots that 13 onto the 2, it clears the pocket, but he's passing control of the table. It's like a concession of the match here, because you feel that surely Hustle and Howie and his partner could clear 2 balls. But this 13 ball needs to follow the 2 in. Well, he's chosen the crossbank, had he? I never even noticed that there. I was too busy concentrating the top right hand corner pocket. Well, it looks all over now. A little push through on the 5 when you're cutting it in. Cue ball back out into the table, more or less where it is right now, or a wee bit further, and leave his partner on the 8 into the bottom left. Well, there's pressure here because he's gone too far. And this will test his nerves. Now again, he should be thinking, he should be rolling it in dead weight, because if he misses it, the cue ball's not going to go flying out into the middle of the table. But he's got it, and the match is finally over. Hustling Howie and DJ Redo win the final by 7 racks to 4. Right. So let's see what else is on. Well, we've got a 6 ball tournament on at the moment. Let's see the bracket for that one. We can see it's a single elimination race to 9 each round. It's a handicap tournament, and the maximum handicap they can give here is 4, I think. Well, let's see what the bracket looks like. Well, let's see how many players are in it. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 players in, so a nice even bracket. And we've got Houdini playing, is that Drach or Drache? He's up 5-0. And Popman is playing Dubrovnik. And Dubrovnik is getting 1 rack. And he's trailing by 3 racks to 2. Stefan was giving away 4 to Bongaholic, and Bongaholic's up by 6 racks to 3. And the final match, Hoon is playing Tommy Yu, and Tommy Yu's up by 4 racks to 3. So I think we'll have a look at this Stefan Bongaholic match, because Stefan has got work to do. And he's not going to do much work there where that cue ball is with the 6. So Bongaholic steals a rack there, and he's now 7-3 up in this race to 9. Gets a ball in the break, and more importantly, well, he gets what? How many balls do you get there? 2. More importantly, he's on the 1 ball. Well, Bongaholic's in the neutral zone here again. He's got the cut into the middle, or he's got a bank. Now this isn't a called shot game. This is just like a smaller version of 9 ball, but with just a 6. So he's banked the ball, and now he's going to have to bank this 4 as well if he's going to keep this run going. But Stefan needs him to make a mistake if he's going to stay in the match. Well, in goes the 4, and he's a shot in the 6. Well, there's the mistake. Now this 6 ball is only going to leave Stefan the bank, and this is crucial. And it's a fairly straightforward bank. You would get this 9 times out of 10. And he's hit it narrow. Again, it's finished as a bank as well. Could end up being a double bank for Bongaholic, or he could risk the cut, but he'll give himself 2 chances if he goes for the bank. Either the bottom left or the top right. Well, it's probably going to end up the same thing here for Stefan, but maybe not, because the 6 ball's gone, I think, too close to the rail. Yeah, that's not a bank. It's not a good bank at all. So he's played safe. That was his only option. And in playing safe, he again has opened up the bank or left the cut. Well, what would you do in this situation? Again, you could go for the cut, but there's a risk of the in-off here. Well, he stunned it in, got it clean. And still in the match, still trailing by 3. Needed to pull out a good shot, and he did. Needs something to drop here. Not the cue ball though. Well, that's a disaster. It's a disaster because it's ball in hand, and also because the 1-6 combo is on here. And Bongaholic is lining up the 1-6 combo. Now he's asking if this is allowed. It's a final. And you're well within your rights to play the combo. So that was a short rack. So Stefan's deficit is back up to 4 racks. And he's now at the point of no return. Oh, we've got a right mess now. Well, there might be a few safeties going on here in a minute if Stefan pots this one, because he's certainly not going to get on the 2 unless he starts colliding with balls and moving things around here. Well, he's going to be in trouble. Going to have to kick straight across the table here. But not a lot of damage done. Although Bongaholic's got a chance here to put Stefan in more trouble. I think the cue ball's round through far enough there. Yep, Stefan can have a go at the bank. Double banked it. And now he's got the cut down the rail. And the cue ball will be coming over to the left and back out for the 4. Well, he's made a hash of that. And a very strong chance. That was Stefan's last shot in this match. Bongaholic strong favourite here if he gets this 4. And that's tight. He might even decide to play it long. He might even try the cross bank here. But either or, if he misses, I'm pretty certain Stefan will clear up. What's he planning to do? He's played the cross double. He's got it. Where's the cue ball going? Oh dear, disaster. Disaster again. And that's handed on a plate to Stefan. And Stefan lives on to fight another day. Again, Stefan has the break and he needs a ball in the break. And he's breaking in the same position he did the last time. And this time he's kicked a 6 in. Well, that solves that problem for that rack. That's exactly what he needed. He's now trailing by just the 2. Just wants a ball to drop in every break here. And no joy this time, but it's gone safe. Now if that 2 passes the 5, and it does, it's tight but it goes. I would stick a a couple of dollars on Stefan running out here. The crucial one's getting from that 3 up to the 4. And he's got plenty of angle to do that. It's just all about controlling the pace. He's running a bit hard here. He's going to block himself off with the 5, I think. Oh dear. Yeah. Well, if he jumps, there's a strong chance he would jump off the table. Well, he's fluked to 4. That's what he needed. And he needs a nice cut in the 5. Or is he going a bank again? What's he doing? No, is he going for the cut? I think he's going for the cut. He's over. Oh, I thought he'd overdone it. Well, this time surely. Well, this isn't quite as simple as it looks. He's maybe going to have to just hit half of this 5 ball to bring the cue ball across. Well, that's why he's made a complete mess of that. He should have took his time and looked at the 5 there. He could have hit half of it and it would have let the cue ball run out. And I'm sure Stefan didn't think he'd be still here. And Bongaholic showing a bit of nerves there. So we're now at 8-7. The 5 ball's gone in. And Stefan's got a cut in the 1. Now anywhere on the right hand side of the table would at least give Stefan a shot in the 2, and he's done that. But he's going to have to play another good shot here to get over for this 3. And that's why he's missed the 2. Well, let's see how Bongaholic's nerves hold up here. Everything sitting wide open. And again, you don't need to do anything elaborate with the cue ball. You just need to draw off that 2 and the cue ball's got a shot in the 3. If he draws over to the right hand side of the table and he pots the 3, the cue ball's going to come off the left and get across to the right. Now, he's going too far. He's still got the shot's still on. And he's just going to have to pot this pocket weight because the cue ball will have enough pace to run out into the table. He doesn't need to thump this. He's going to leave an awkward 4, but he does not need to bang this in. In it goes, and the cue ball's on the right. It's close to the rail, but he's got the cut. Again, if he was going all out to win, he would just drop the 4 in, let the cue ball go through, and he's punched it and he's fluked it. Well, no prizes for guessing what he's going to try here. He's got to bank this, and at worst he'll get the double bank. It's a good bank, but he's got to not let the cue ball run too much. Well, he's banged it. He didn't give it a chance. Now, I would think that Stefan will play this at a better weight. Enough pace to bank it and enough pace to get to the next pocket. Well, he's chosen to cut it. That's a brave shot. That's well done. That showed a bit of nerve. So now we're all square and a final rack decider. And Stefan has now gone strong favourite for this match. Well, that's a dead break for the 4 and the 6 ball there. They've just died. They didn't move. But that doesn't matter because they're clean. They're not stuck together. The 4 goes. And Bongaholic misses the 1. cuts it away from the rail. And Stefan's got to be licking his lips now because he's surely got to see a run out here. And that was a poor shot. At this stage that was bad because again he didn't need to hit that as hard. He needed to keep that cue ball down there. He could have checked it up. And now he's going to have to play the cross bank. And he's hit the knuckle. He's opened the table up. Has he got lucky? Yes, he has. So let's see if Bongaholic can dig out the jump cue. Or he could just go for the kick and hope. That worked out earlier for Stefan. I don't think... does Bongaholic fancy his chances with the jump stick? Yeah, well he does. He's lined it up. And he's missed it. Well, that's a bit straight, so Stefan is just going to go straight through in this, around the jaws. And, oh, well, if he hadn't hit the 4, he'd have been clean on the 3. So it's still in doubt here. And Stefan doesn't get the safe. Cue ball didn't travel far enough. Is Bongaholic's nerve going to hold here? Oh dear, well, that's the worst possible outcome. Ball in hand for Stefan. Just needs to get this cue ball and give himself a nice angle. Now, is he leaving it into the middle, or is he trying to run up the table here to take the 4 into the bottom left? Well, again, he could have played that better. Well, in it goes. And how's the angle in this? Well, again, it's probably straight through after the 5. No, he's playing the draw. And he's got it well this time. So, after trailing for the whole of the match and just hanging in there, Stefan's managed to snatch victory in the final rack decider and wins the 6 ball, or wins this round of it by 9 racks to 8. So we'll have a quick look. Now there's other results have come in there, so we'll have a look at the bracket and see if we can get this thing updated, because the bracket's still needing refreshed here. And Stefan is now going to play Tommy Yu in the next round. And hopefully it should update. I've set it for 30 seconds. It should update. There we are. That match is now up, and we're just waiting on it going live, and we'll pop in and watch that match. Stefan still to join the room. He might have taken a bathroom break at the end of that match there. He's got 5 minutes to get in the room. And if he doesn't make it in time, he will forfeit the match. There's another result come in. Popman has won 9 racks to 3 against Dubrovnik. Stepan still hasn't joined the room. It looks as if he's joined the room now. Well, Tommy Yu has won the lag. He's breaking off. And he's player 2 and he's getting 1 rack of a start against Stefan. So there's 90 points between the 2 players in the rating. And straight away, Stefan's got a chance to get rid of that 1 rack deficit. And it looks fairly straightforward here. Drop the 4 in, not let the cue ball run away too far, and then just drop the 5 in and he's on the 6. I'll just probably stun this in and kill it, or he could roll it dead weight. So their match is underway. Let's see if this bracket's up to date. Yeah, so we've got Popman just about to start his match with Drache, or whatever it is, however you pronounce it. And we can see that Drache is getting 1 rack in that match. So both of these matches right at the start. And that's round 2. And this is for a, well, round 2, it's actually the semi-final, so this is to see who gets to the final of the 6 ball. Well, it's going to be a long distance shot in the 5 if he just rolls the 4 in. Well, he's put a lot of spin on that, and that's a nice shot. And if he avoids it, well, he's nudged it. He's left a wee awkward cut here. If he'd avoided it, he could have taken into the bottom right, but he's got a cut. And in it goes clean. Tommy Yu takes the lead. Right, well, 5 balls gone, and the 4 ball. Good solid stun there. I went in the pocket 100 miles an hour. Oh dear. Well, overcuts the two. Again, thinking about holding position for a shot in the 3 there. And he's taking his eye off the 2 ball. He's not left anything on here for Stefan. It's not a great bank again, this 2 ball. It's too close to the rail. And he's just played the little push up, using the 3 as a blocker. Now we're going to get a bit of nip and tuck here until somebody makes a mistake. Well, Tommy Yu might be able to billiard the 3 in here. Well, he didn't play it, preferred to keep it tight, and now he's got Stefan in trouble. That's a good shot. And that's now opened up an opportunity for him. He's overcut it. And Stefan will leap on this. Now these can rattle unless he's just going to roll through behind the 6. Well, he's managed to get a bit of spin on it as well. That looked a bit straight, but he's managed to force an angle. So we're all square again, 2 racks all. Well, Tommy Yu, ball in hand, looking at the 1-6 combo, and decided against it because there's a bit of distance between the 1 and the 6. Now he might have been better off. He might have been better off having a go at it because he's got nothing on as he got the 2. Well, that's a great shot. That's a very good shot. Very close angles, it's difficult to read the potting angle. Well, that was a delicate shot he tried to play there to hold for the 5. Where's the cue ball? Oh, he's okay. So, Stefan into the lead. Got rid of that 1 rack deficit, and he's built it into a lead early on in the match. But no joy in the break. And Tommy Yu can either try and play a long jump shot just to hit the 1, or try and kick it. Well, that's the one certainly goes past, and there's just enough room for that two to go past as well. And he's got the angle to get behind it. It needs to go further, because it means he has less to do with the cue ball just to hold it there for the three. He can just... Is he playing a billiard? I don't know why he didn't just cut that in, because the two went past it. And now Tommy Yu will just billiard it in off the two. Well, I don't know whether Stefan looked at the angle in that pot there, but the two did go past. It did cut in. Now you can draw back with a little bottom right, and that'll take the cue ball over to the left hand side. He's chosen to play it a different way, and he's underhit it. So again, it's either the cut or the bank that's on. And he's thumped in the bank with no real position in the six. Well, that's a good shot. A solid shot in the six, and we're back all square. Let's have a quick look and see how the other match is doing. Well, Drache, 1980. He's up with 3 racks to 1. Stefan overcuts the 1. He nudged the 2 into a potting position in the middle pocket, but he's now left the table as an open invitation for Tommy Yu. Oh, that's weak. That's not going to get there. He's overcut it. And just a little signs of nerves there. Still a long way to go in the match. Both players still needing 6 racks. This will need to be a good one. An awkward little cut. And it goes, and Tommy Yu blew his chance there. That's giving Stefan the lead again. And Stefan will be hoping to get a break and run here. He needs something to drop, try and open up a gap. But no joy. Oh, wait a minute, that's called a foul. So it called a foul there in the break because not enough balls hit a rail. And that's given ball in hand to Tommy Yu. And he's really got to get this out here. But he's going to have a problem. And his problem is trying to get a good positional shot to get on this 6 ball. But he's still to get from the 4 to the 5. Plenty of left-hand spin there. Now, that's going to finish dead straight, I think. Well, pretty much so, but he can force this with Topham right. Now, as long as he misses a minute in off, well, oh well. That's the only thing that could happen there, because he would have dropped onto that 6 ball nicely for the top left-hand corner. And now we've got a 2 rack gap. And Stefan breaking in rack number 9, leading by 5 racks to 3. and getting nothing going for him. Well, he said it himself, Tommy Yu. That's what he gets when I don't play the combo. He looked at it and he didn't bother. Was that in that rack or was it the last rack? But it doesn't matter, but you should always take these opportunities, especially in money matches. If you get ball in hand and a chance of a combo to win the rack, then you go for it. And now he finds himself 2 racks behind. But unfortunately for Stefan there, he's got no joy getting on the 2. The 2 doesn't go past the 5, there's nothing happening there. Again, test of nerves, and he plays it well. Now it needs to keep going. And he can see enough of the 3. Now, as long as he doesn't go over to the right hand rail, no disasters can happen. But he's left himself at distance, so he's going to have a distance shot in the 5 as well. Now this type of shot is just about the pace to get the cue ball out into the table and leave a shot on that 6 into the top left. Is weird looking. Well, he sort of didn't commit himself really there. He's still on the 6, but he could have got the cue ball slightly better than that. And that's why that's happened. He wasn't comfortably on that 6 ball there. And it's a gift for Stefan. So Stefan now leading by 6 racks to 3 and looking like now a strong favourite to get into the final. I'm going to have to get to my bed fairly soon. It's getting late. Got to be up at 4 AM in the morning and it's already 5 minutes to 10. And I think Stefan's been called away because we've got nothing happening here in the break. Oh no, sorry, I missed that. I missed the fact Tommy said he'd be right back. It helps when you read the chat, you realise what's going on. Well, Tommy Yu's making too many errors here. Stefan has the 3, 4, 5 and 6 to go. And he's got a nice little angle. Not much, but just enough to bring the cue ball out to the right. And that's pretty much where he would want to be in this 5 ball. A little bounce needed. Slight cut back, but he should get this. If he just plays it with the right weight. Well, he's overcut it, and here's a gift for Tommy Yu. Now all he doesn't want to do is just run right in after this. So, the Stefan lead is now reduced to 2. He's still leading by 6 racks to 4. And Tommy Yu breaks off in rack number 11, gets the 5 ball in the break, and has no shot in the 1. So we should be looking at a little safety here. And that's gone wrong, but he's got lucky because that was a terrible safety shot. And he's billiarded the 4 in. And that cue ball is heading towards the top corner. And it's gone safe. So he squandered an opportunity there. I think that 1 ball would have went there if it hadn't nudged onto the cue ball. That cue ball's running a bit too far. Just too much pace there. But he's got a safety shot. He can just cut this 2 back to the right rail. And he's went all out for the bank. Committed himself there when really he had an easier safety on. And this is a perfect angle in the 2 here for Stefan, just to drop the 2 in and cue ball over to the right hand side. And he's hit that to go across twice. Could have played it either or, but this is a perfect angle again, I think. Let's see it. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Wee bit of top and left, not an awful lot, just the right pace. And the only thing bad with that is he's on the rail, so he just needs to take it easy, line it up, and then hit it. So Stefan is now leading by 7 racks to 4. Breaks off, and once again he comes up dry. Well, this will be good. He's got no choice now. It's got to be a 3-6 combo. And in it goes. And he could do with 1 or 2 more of them. They'd come in handy. Still trailing by 2. 2 balls going all around the table, straight into the top right hand corner. And not only that, he's finished very handily in the 1. Well, the crucial shot's this 4 ball, because it's from there and how he gets onto the 5 that's going to count. And again, that's perfect. He's got a little angle. He can drop over to the left. He's checked it up. And now he's got a slight problem, because he would have liked to have had that dead straight just to roll through for the 6. He's going to have to do something now to hold for this 6 ball. And that's very well played. Under pressure. And played an excellent positional shot. Just nudged onto the 6. And so that's another quick one back for Tommy Yu. And what would he do for a ball in the break here? But he's not getting it. Well, it's gone safe though. Unless Stefan plays a Very tough cut in the one. He's gone for the safety. And he's got it. Tommy Yu kicks it, and that's going to go safe as well. That's a good kick. Or is it safe? Pretty much so. He's not going to cut that in from there. Famous last words. Now, there's only one rack in it, so you would think Stefan's the one that's maybe getting a bit worried now. And Tommy Yu, though, misses a one ball. Hasn't left a great shot for Stefan on the one. But he plays it well. Nice pace, and he's on the two into the middle. A little draw off the two for the three into the same pocket. Now, it's crucial. Well, he's decided not to. And now he's forced into having to do something with the cue ball to get on this four. Well, he's landed on it into the middle. And just a little run up the table. Anywhere in this bottom half. Well, he's drawn back, and there's the mistake. He's made the mistake. He should have probably, I don't know whether he could run through straight and avoid the off, but he's now drawn into the jaws of the pocket. And that could be the turning point in this match, because Stefan is the one who has the lead at the moment. And, well, he's playing this straight. Is he drawing back? I don't like this shot. And that's left him an awkward one. Okay, he should get it, but he could have played a better positional shot. But all that matters is it's in the hole. And we've now got a tied game. 7 racks all in the race to 9. And Tommy Yu breaks off and gets nothing. And Stefan's got a cut in the one. And he's going to have no shot in the two. So while he's doing that, let's have a quick look at the scores in the other match. Well, in that other match, Popman has now got himself into a lead. He's now leading Drache by 7 racks to 5. Well, if Stefan goes for the bank, which he probably is, well, maybe not. It looks as if he's playing a little tucky safety in behind this 5, and that's a beautiful shot. That's a sensible shot to do at this stage of the match. So now he's got ball in hand. Stefan's got to try something here to disturb the 5 and the 6. So he's got to get perfect on this 4. What's he doing? No, he's trying to split them right now. Well, that's him committed. He split the 2 problem balls, but he's still got another ball to get first. And that's an unorthodox way of going about it. So he's now all he's left is a cut or a bank. He gets the cut. The cue ball's going to finish. As long as it doesn't finish right on the bottom rail, he gets out there. He's got a choice, straight through or straight back into the middle of the table. So this is about controlling the pace. He's under hit it. So again, it's either a bank or a cut, whatever he's happy with. This to take the lead. Gone for the cut, and he gets it. So Stefan back into the lead again, but this time he only needs one more. And also gets a ball in the break. He's got a shot on the one. I think the 1 squeezes past the 6. It does. And this match looks all over. Bounce off the bottom cushion, up into the middle of the table. It needs to keep going. Well, again, it's all about controlling the pace. Just keep the cue ball somewhere in the left-hand side of the table for a shot in the 6. He's done that. And this is going to take Stefan into the 6-ball final tonight. And he beats Tommy Yu, who was given a 1-rack handicap by 9 racks to 7. Okay, so that match is over. Let's see how Drache and Popman are doing. Well, Drache's hanging in there. Popman's leading by 7 racks to 5. Let's drop in that one. Well, it's now 7-6. That bracket hadn't updated. And remember, Drache is player 1 and he's getting 1 rack starting the match. He's went for the kick out there. Now there's a wee delicate shot here. Cut the 2 in. Get the cue ball off the side rail, end rail, and back up the table and out for the 4. Or is he going to try and get cute? Well, that's not looking good. Straight into the pocket. So ball in hand to Drache. Well, you can't miss balls with ball in hand, I'm afraid. Okay, he was forcing it through to get on the 5. He's finished perfect in the 5, but you cannot miss a ball with ball in hand. He might have got away with it though. Well, Popman was trying to do something fancy there, but he's made a hash of it. And giving Drache a chance, but he's going to have to nudge into the 5 or avoid it and go up and down the table here to get back on it. And that's what he's done. How's his pace? He might be running a wee bit too far, needs to bounce. Well, this will be a test of his nerve. A little cut back, doesn't need to do anything with the cue ball. It's going to run down on the left hand side of the 6 ball. But that's him overcutting the 5. A similar problem here for Popman. Again, when the 5 ball's so close to the pocket, it's a slight cut here. But it's controlling the pace in the cue ball that's the problem. Very difficult to judge pace on this. If he puts too much top on this, he'll just spin towards that pocket. Well, that's actually pretty well done. He's left a cut. You'd expect him to get it. in goes the 6. And Popman is now leading by 8 racks to 6 with the break. In rack number 15, is it? Now something dropped. What was it went in? The 4 ball? Or the 2 ball? 2 balls going down. How awkward could that 1 ball ever be? I'd think he can't pot that. He can't cut that in. It's going to hit the jaw and come out. That is so unlucky. It's the only place near that pocket where he can't pot it. Yep. Decided to play the push out. Well, Drac is having a look at it. He still has the option to push it back, remember. Well, this is elaborate. I think that's 6 balls in the way. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. I'll take it all back. Well, that's making good use of the diamonds there. So maybe Drac is more of a 3 cushion player than he is a 6 ball player, because he nailed that right on the head. Now, can he make the most of it though? I mean, it's all very well playing a great shot, but you've got to follow it through. And he knows now he can't make any mistakes. Oh, well, is he going to get another chance? Popman, open table, and an open invitation to get this 4 ball in and just come around for the 5 or draw up for the 5, whichever he wants to try. But the draw shot is certainly the simplest. And Popman just needs to roll the 6 in to win the match by 9 racks to 6. Oh, disaster. Well, I think telling him he's on Twitch, I think his bottled went. Well, that's probably the worst shot of the night. And Drac has been handed probably his final lifeline, Popman would hope, but he's now trailing by 7 racks to 8. And that was a shocker of a miss by Popman. So the 4 ball has gone. Drac has got a cut down the rail in the 1 ball. He's cut it into the rail. How's his luck? Well, it's pretty damn good, because Popman's got nothing. So the best he's going to do here is jump over the 2 and kick into the 1 with a strong chance of getting in off, which is not what is on the required outcomes of a shot. Well, good luck. Gets the kick. He avoids the in off, but the 1 ball is lying wide open here, and here is Drac's chance. He's just got to slow up here. He's got a shot clock. He's got an extension as well, so just make the use of it. You're 8-7 down. You don't want to be rushing into things. Now, again, with this shot, you don't do something stupid like running behind that 5 ball when you're trying to get on the 3. I think he's got a slight angle, but he wants to be nudging that 5. If he's going to do anything, he wants to hit the 5. He's avoided it. Now let's see where he is in the 3. Again, an angle there to come off the left-hand rail as we look at it and go over to this right side beyond the middle pocket. He doesn't want to give himself a danger of going in off here. He's putting a bit of spin on it, and he's taking that out of the equation. So here's the crucial one. Now again with this one, if he plays a lot of draw, there's a danger of kicking off the rail and going across into the middle pocket. He wants to avoid that. And if he gets it too good and comes down to the left hand side, there's a danger of the in off in the bottom left. So he's playing bottom. He's missed the 5. He's set it up, and Popman just needs to roll the 5 in, and he's on the 6. And this time, surely there'll be no mistake. In it goes, and a dead straight 6. And Popman wins the semi-final match against Straka by 9 racks to 7. And goes on to play in tonight's final against Stefan. And their match room should be up any moment now. Popman might be taking a little minute or 2 break. And already the room is up. Right, so 6-ball tournament has come to the final. We've got Potman playing Stefan. Potman's player 1, and he's getting 1 rack of a start. The first real mistake there. So Stefan's got a nice angle on the 3. Oh, he's underhit that a bit. But he can just drop the 4 in. No pace. Just let the cue ball come off the rail. Take the 6 into the right middle. Unless he's going to do something elaborate, but he doesn't need to. So this will reduce that 1 rack deficit. And Stefan with a break. So it's winner breaks in these matches. In goes the 3. And that 4-ball has just blocked off Stefan's path to the 1. No doubt he's going to jump. He's going to have no position in the 2 though. Well, what's the odds on Potman getting up to this corner here off this 1 and not blocking himself off? Trying to get up here somewhere. He's going to have no shot in the 2 though, other than trying a combo in the 6. And he's blocked himself off. I think there's enough there for Stefan just to see the edge of the 2. He's got it safe. So now here's a chance for Stefan just to edge off that 2. Now, what's the gap between the 6 and the rail? Well, that's a poor shot. Potman can cut that. And as Stefan's saying in the chat there, he's recently taken a break from VP4 for 5 months. Well, maybe Potman didn't think he could cut it. Pushed it up the table, left it open, but it needs to be a good shot by Stefan to get the cue ball forced through, and it needs to spin, and that's a good shot. Needs to keep going. He's going to be nudging the 5. Well, the 4's going to go safe. Well, maybe not. It's off the rail enough to cut it, no problem. And again, no worries about positioning the 5. Little drop in. So Stefan, from trailing, is now going into the lead. 2 racks to 1. And it's still a race to 9. Five ball goes in. But once again, Stefan, sorry, it was Potman that won that. Am I out of sync? Let me just leave the room for a second or two. Just in case I'm out of sync with the match. Yeah, it's right enough. I was talking about the wrong person. Potman's up with 2 racks to 1. It's getting late. It's actually on my bedtime now. I should be in bed. Just drop the 2 in, leave the 3 into the left middle. Well, he's underhit that, and the reason he's underhit it is because he's gonna have to run the cue ball past the 4 for the same pocket. And, well, now he's got his work cut out. He's gonna have to pot the 4, run around the table. I don't think he's gonna try and hold for any 6 ball here. Well, he is, and he's checked it. Again, it's easy to see what they're doing when you're right behind the shot. It's difficult to judge. It looked as if he might have wanted to run around the table there, but he managed to hold it. So now we're definitely at 2 racks all again. 2 balls going in. Where's the cue ball? It follows in after. The 3 goes in, the 4 goes in. And Potman's got ball in hand. Just needs to pop the 1 in. Kill it. Well, if anything, he actually wants to stop there so that when he pots this 5, he doesn't run into the 6. And he's managed to do that. Now, he can follow through and run around and try and take the 6 into the same pocket. He's not got a great angle, though. And that's why he's ended up awkward in the 6. That's a good shot. Cue ball's okay. And so Potman snatches the lead again. And Stefan's from Germany, and most Germans speak good English. And I would imagine that even Stefan can understand a Scotsman. So, Potman breaks off in rack number 6, gets a ball in the break. The 3 balls going down, and he's got a shot in the 1. But he can only get to the top of the cue ball. Now, the danger is he's going to run over towards that 4 and 5 here if he's not too careful. And he wants to have enough pace to come off the rail and avoid the 6, so he's stunned it in. Now the cue ball's going to be running again, unless he gets cute here. And it goes. I say the cue ball isn't running into a great position, so he's got to pull out another good cut. A good cut, but no result in the position, so he's just got to line up the bank. And he doesn't want to stun this too hard. He could stun and go in off, because he's obviously going to be playing for the 6. Well, all he's done there, Potman has left Stefan the bank, and I'm pretty certain Stefan's going to go for this. And in it goes clean. And he's got an off-angle pot here. And he's can easily go to this left jaw and just hang up. And he's got it. And so the mistake made there by Potman trying to play the safe, but basically set up a bank for Stefan, who duly obliged, accepted the invitation. And squares the match back at 3 racks all, but comes up dry. With 6 ball, because obviously there's less balls on the table, it means that if you get the good break, you really should be, if you get a ball in the break that is, or if you come to the table in this position, you should be fancying your chances to run out. Does the 3 go past the 4? Yes, it does. Plenty of room there. You just double check the angle. Make the use of your shot clock. That's why it's there. So here's the crucial shot, or the first one, is getting onto this 5. Doesn't want to go behind it near that top rail. If anything, he wants to finish short on it. And that's perfect. That's finished square, so here's a pressure shot. He's in the in-between shot. Now if he went for the cut into the corner, he's got the strong likelihood of the in-off in that pocket. And he probably feels that himself looking at this, so he might be lining up the bank. No, he's going for the cut, but watch the in-off in that pocket there. There you go. The commentator called it. And a gift for Stefan. And in goes the 6. So Stefan has got the lead. And that was a very high risk shot there. Finishing very square on the 6 ball. He got the 6 ball, but he was always going to be heading very close to the middle pocket, and the in-off was the end result. Well, Stefan this time tried to take the opportunity to break up the balls, but he scratched, so Handed straight back here to Popman. Now can he make the most of this? He doesn't want to be doing the hard work here and then just leaving Stefan coming into pot 1 ball to win the rack like he did in the last rack there, so he's got to get it done. And that's not a bad pace. Get away from the rail. So here's the pressure shot. Line it up. Take your time. See the potting angle. And he gets it in. So we're now at 4 racks all in this race tonight. And this is Saturday night's 6-ball tournament final. I never checked where Popman was from. Let's have a look. Oh, Popman's from England, so it's the old England-Germany rivalry again. Reared its ugly head. They've been rivals in football ever since that infamous 1966 World Cup final. And well, Germany's pretty much had the upper hand in most of the major football matches that they've played against England since then. And that's going to hold up, and it goes. Now, here Popman's got a choice. He leaves it short by the middle pocket on the right hand side, and then he knows he's definitely on the 3. If he plays it too hard, he could hook himself behind the 5. So he's played it short, which is the right thing to do, and just needs to concentrate on a medium pace cut in the 3 so that he's got himself on the 4. Nothing he needs to do with the cue ball, just pot the 3 and not too hard. And that needs to bounce, and it looks okay. So here's the crucial positional shot, and this will decide really who's going to win this rack. If he gets on the 5, he should be home and dry. Well, this is going to have to be a dead weight shot if he wants to do it that way and just drop behind the 6. I think he might even collide with the 6 here. It's difficult to judge, but it looks very likely he's going to collide with it, unless he's going to play power and try and go round the table. Well, he's tucked it in, got a little kiss in the 6, he couldn't avoid it, and now he's got nothing other than the bank. So he's got to get it lined up, take his time, and just go all out for it. Is he playing the cut, or is he lining up the bank? And he looks as if he's lining up the bank. Let's see how he does. Well, it's way out. How's his luck? Not too good, I'm afraid. It's thin, but Stefan should cut that in, no bother. So Stefan accepts the gift, goes back into the lead. 5 racks to 4. Nothing goes, but the 1 ball's on. And again, he needs to drop the table with probably near enough the middle pocket on the right, unless he's going to follow, but that's a one way of trying getting on the 2, and that's where That's where he's got it wrong. Spun into the 5 and 6, and all he's got left's a jump shot. Chances are this 2 ball's going to finish somewhere over by the 4. So he's not going to have a great shot in the 3, even if he pots this 2. And he's followed it in. And it's another gift for Stefan. He's got his work to do though, but it's a good strong chance. And a little pretty much straight shot into the middle, slightly off angle. Comfortable pot. So now we've got a gap. We've got Stefan breaking off in rack number 11, leading by 6 racks to 4. Well, he's came up dry, and the 5 and 6 have split nicely to leave a gap for Potman. And I think to make any further impact in this match here, you would think Potman really should get a run out here, and that would let Stefan know that he's up for it. He's way off with that 2 ball. He's gone safe though, and I think Stefan's either going to try and just feather this 2 or go for the kick bank down and then back up the table. He just doesn't want to follow it in. Misread it slightly, but he's safe. Well, Potman went all out for the bank, doesn't get it, and the table is wide open. Let's have a look at this angle here. Well, he's just going to drop in behind the 5. Nothing elaborate. Needs to get away from the cushion though. And I think if he follows through far enough, might even follow through right through at the bottom rail. Well, needed to go a bit more. He's got the cut back. It's always slightly awkward, and as I said earlier, it's easy to cut these to the side rail first so that you end up just nudging onto the jaw. But he gets it clean, and he's now got a significant lead. He's leading by 7 racks to 4, Stefan, and continues to break from the right hand side. And this time he does get a bit of luck. Oh well, no sooner have I opened my mouth, but he's scratched. But Potman's getting these opportunities and he's not taking them. Ball in hand. And just the 5 balls to pot. And this is a test of your basic skill of knowing how to control the cue ball for position. Now that shot there, I presume he wanted to draw further back now into the table to leave him with a 2-6 combo, but he's nowhere near it, so he might be better just rolling up and playing safe here. Don't know what he's thinking. Well, he's thinking the safety, and he's done neither. And so Popman's struggling with his touch. Oh, that nearly got very awkward. Oh, he's hung it up. So again, Popman's got a chance. Now these again, this is the ones that I say are the toughest shots in the game, when the ball, the object ball, is right in the pocket. It's very difficult to judge how the cue ball's going after it hits this object ball, because you can only hit the top of the cue ball, so you're putting top spin on it. You can't avoid it. So it looks like a distance shot, unless he starts trying to do something really elaborate again. And you see, he's lost the cue ball. It's out of shape, and all he's got is a kick, and probably, like Stefan, maybe try kicking up and down the rail, or just kicking it in the short side here. I think he's made his mind up, and he's going to have to rely on luck here. Well, this 5's going to finish up. Well, that's probably the best he could hope for, because Stefan's not got a shot either way other than this awkward cut here. And again, he's just decided on the sensible shot, and that's really nailed the pressure on Popman. He is stuck to that 6 ball, and he's got an up and down shot to try and kick this 5. Just more or less a hit and hope. But he's got to get the hit part. I'll say that again. He's got to get the hit part first. He's got the hit, and I think his luck's just run out this time. Simple enough 5 for Stefan. Maybe a wee bit of left-hand English as he looks, just to check the cue ball back up to the right. I don't even think he needed that. And a straight 6. And so Stefan is now on the hill, needing just the 1 rack. And he's leading by 8 racks to 4, and of course breaking off. Now I wonder if he's going to change his break. No, he's not. He's persisting. And nothing's gone. So this is deja vu in the last 3 or 4 racks. Popman's had an open table, had his chances, and he's not taken any of them. And that's why he's now found himself 8-4 behind at the point of no return. There's a good angle on that too. Can stun off that rail as long as he avoids the 5. And get up here for the, or down here for the 3 as we look. He's managed to avoid the 5, and that's, if it slows up, it's just a wee bit too much on it. So I don't even think he's got the cut. No, he's never going to cut that. Maybe just push on it and set it up towards the 6. That's a shot. Well, I wonder if Popman's going to try the old thump onto the 6 with the 3 ball and try the combo. That's asking a lot. Got to nail this perfect. Well, he's tried a billiard. He's got it. If it holds up, he's got it. Well done. And Stefan, I thought it was Potman. Was it Stefan? Well, it is now. It is now. It's far too late. It's past my bedtime. I'm heading to bed. Stefan wins the 6-ball tournament by 9 racks to 4. And with that, we will see you again sometime. And I am falling asleep here, folks.